Hey, it's Lauren. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's video, I'm going to be talking all about the Rituel de Fille Celestial Sphere Eyeglasses. These recently got a rename from being the Celestial Sphere Eye Soots. They have several different eye products and they renamed these ones to distinguish from the Ash and Amber Eye Soots, which are much more of like a dense cream that's like a little powdery. The texture's interesting, as well as the texture of this one is very interesting. This one has been renamed to the eye gloss to be a little bit more evocative of its actual texture and not confuse people, because it is a glossy lid gloss. It's a jelly gloss, so it's gonna be a little bit more shimmery and creasy and give a wet look because it is a wet product. So yes, I am talking all about that. I own a bunch of these, so I will be swatching all of these, as well as doing a little bit of an eye look with a couple of them on my face. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into doing the eye look. First step, got most of my makeup on except for eye stuff. So I'm gonna do that, and then we'll hop into swatches, and then I'm just gonna ramble on about these eye products. Okay, so I am zooming you all in. So the textures of these is really interesting. Here is the shade Pyxis. It's one of the iridescent shades. So I'm gonna use this. There are several different tools I like to use for these. Number one tool is my finger. That is one of the most helpful of these to use. So I'm gonna dip in. You can see the thing is with these that can be tricky for a lot of people is if you have nails, using your fingers is not the most user accessible. So I have a couple tools I like to use. Let's first dip in with my finger and do a wash of this iridescent shade. You can see how very pretty that is. There's a wash of that. So I will use my finger or several things I'm gonna be showing here. This is from the no longer existing Glossier Play line, this little spatula for using with their glitter gelées. Now, a lot of brands have things like this out there. I have one I got from like a dollar store type of thing place that also works. If that will focus, come on and focus, there you are. So something like that. Since there's a lot of brands out there with glitter gelées now, more brands are coming out with stuff like that. So yeah, these are really helpful as well, where you can just scraping a little bit like that, and then going in like that and applying it. And there you go. This is one of the iridescent shades. So I'm just gonna do a real kind of crazy application to just show right off the bat, and then I'm gonna go off camera and make more of a look. I have a lot of shades that I'll be swatching, and a lot of them are limited edition, so what I'll use on my eyes are ones that are actually accessible. So now I'm gonna go in with this shade here called Cassiopeia. And this I will take a denser brush like this here to use. This is a dual-ended Urban Decay brush. This came with the most recent Naked palette. Now a dense brush like this is also super helpful for using in the regular Ash and Amber Eye Soots. So now, just take this on my lid here. Kind of getting a little mixed in with the iridescent, but this is not so much a tutorial here as in a demo. Okay, there's that guy. I'm gonna make this real crazy and do a completely different shade on the other eye. I'm gonna go in with this one. This is Andromeda. This one's a bit more of a duochrome. You can see I have really enjoyed this one. It has quite a deep grove in it. And I am gonna go in this time with a good old Wet n Wild brush. I don't know if this is supposed to be for concealer, but you see that style there. Can already tell this is going to end up being a long video because it's going to be very informative. You can see how cool the shift is on this. Here we go. And then on the inner corner, I'll use another one of the permanent shades, Era. This is a really beautiful iridescent pink shade. So pretty. And I'll use another type of brush that I really like to use, like a little guy like this. This is like, I think this is an It Cosmetics eyeliner brush, and then also the other end of this this dual-ended brush from Rowan that you can see I've used it so much, it's quite great. But let's use this little guy, this little detailer for picking up some product here. So here it is on the inner corner, all built up. It's got quite a pretty shift. So I've used these just as like a thing that's like a look on their own, or I've used them as a base and then put something like shimmery and pretty over top of. Set them with a little bit of powder to get a bit of a longevity out of them. Longevity, that's not a word. To get some more longevity out of them. But they still, you know, they're a Gelee thing, so that's not like a 100%. Okay, so I am back, did my whole makeup, I evened them out, so one eye is the first shades that I demoed, and a little bit of the pink iridescent one kind of poking through in here. Couldn't make my mind up, but I added liner and mascara, so I have a look now. Let's get into the swatches of these. There are a few permanent colors that are out there that are sold on their website as well as at other retailers, and there's a few site exclusives. And then they have a lot of limited edition colors. Now I'm including swatches of all of the ones that I own, even though most of them are limited edition, because Rituel de Fille does have a habit of bringing back colors if they are asked for a lot, and just in general, they will bring back things from time to time. Now they are named after Constellation, so all of these are Constellation names. I looked up how to say ones of these that I wasn't familiar with, so bear with me, I'm trying. I haven't spelled out phonetically, so let's hope that it goes well. So the first ones that I will be talking about are the iridescent ones. Now there is two out there that I know of that I don't own. There's two iridescent shades, Orion, which is like a iridescent silver, and then Lyra, which is an iridescent white. I think Orion is discontinued. Lyra has just been out of stock. I want that one. That's my daughter's name. Jumping into the ones that I do own, there is Era, which is a iridescent golden red. To me, it's a bit more pink. There is Pyxis, which is an iridescent blue aqua. I also own Fornas, which I believe has been discontinued, and it is an iridescent light gold. Then they have the Dark Constellation Collection. In the Dark Constellation Collection, there is Andromeda, which is a smoky red gold. This is the most duochromy looking of them all to me. It kind of has a bit of a bronze shift to me. Serpens, which is a smoky gold. And Cassiopeia, which is described as a gunmetal gray. I'd say this has a bit of a purple to it as well. Let's now get into some more of the limited edition shades. Some of these were released as special limited editions, and some are released just as gift with purchases. There is Volans, which is described as a shimmering blue in wine Gelee. This to me actually reads quite purple. Cygnus, which has come back around a couple of times. This is described as a deep red with a blue-green shift. Monoceros, which is described as a garnet gold. This is like a really beautiful kind of coppery gold that has like a bit of rose in it. And then lastly, this is the Red Star Collection. There is Noctua, which is a shadowy pink iridescent. Anguilla, a red shifting metallic copper. Aranea, which is a blood red iridescent. Cerberus, a sparkling rust red. These, although they are very pretty, actually feel a little bit redundant to own. I like them, but I think if I was to go back in time, I probably only would have gotten this pink one. All right, that is all of the swatches of these. Now, within the Rituel de Fille collection, these are some of their more sparkly products. There's these. They have the, whatchamacallit. These guys, these are the Crystalline Matters, which are more of a glitter. And then there's the Ashen Amber, which are a bit of a, like a matte with a bit of a sheen, sort of cream powder formula. So they are all very different. So here up close, you can see the Crystalline Matter. Now I did do a dedicated video on these not too long ago. And then there is the Ashen Amber. You can see it is like a very, very dense cream. And then of course, the Gelee that I am talking about today. Kind of got an idea of the texture of these by looking at them. I'd say other products that I have tried on the market, you know, I've tried a few different eyeglasses. It is denser than the Flush Beauty eyeglass, which Flush Beauty is sadly gone. This is a bit more jelly-like. I'd say they are most similar to the Kevin Kwan Diamond eyeglass. This, sadly, they discontinued these, which is really unfortunate. They should bring these back. I don't know why they discontinued these, but these are quite pretty. So it's very similar to this, I'd say. So yes, they are an eye gloss. They are going to be a little bit more of that lived-in editorial that you can probably just see already. There's a bit of creasing going on. It is a vibe. So if that's not for you, these are not for you. These are quite pricey. I find the Rituel de Fille's eye products are like some of their most expensive out of all their items. So if you were interested in these colors, a few retailers do carry them in store. I believe Credo carries them in store. Maybe, I'm trying to think who else has them in store, maybe Detox Market or somebody like that. But Rituel de Fille does have this cool thing on their website where you can buy like a sample set to test out things. So that way you could probably test out not only the colors, but the formula to see if this is something that you're into, because this is more of like an editorial sort of vibe. It is not for everybody. I really enjoy it. All right, that is it. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if there is other products from the Rituel de Fille line or in general that you're interested in, like a big swatch rundown from me. But yeah, I hope you all are doing well, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.